I really hope to see, again, I just want to see this meta evolve, and I think that having such incredible rushdown characters, I've seen a lot of crazy stuff on Twitter, and I'm just like, how can you apply that to teams? How can you apply that to teams? You know, a common thing is, especially now that wave shining, quote unquote, or wave Garfielding, or wave, I don't,
wave garfing?
Wave garfing, yeah, sure. A common thing is if you have, you know, a tankier, big hitbox character, you can wave shine and then just wait and just hold your finisher and let your teammate who has a stronger finisher confirm off that hit stun. So that's definitely, you know, Fox in Melee wave shining a character into a Peach down smash. That is a real thing, and it's brutal. So
that does sound very brutal.
Yeah, it's definitely something that I like to abuse with my Fox teammates because I'm a Peach main myself. But you know, hopping in here for grand finals, guys. Welcome. We have what seems to be the early selections for the best doubles players in Nasby is Saiki and mef versus Luck and Mirrorman, who have separated themselves quickly as the players who are more willing to allow their teammates to finish their combos off for them, going for those vertical chains and trying to go high reach to finish off these combos.
Yeah, mef actually took a lot of damage early, but has not taken a lot of damage since, being more in control once they actually got out of the combos. Having said, Sponge Air Upstrong almost taking out, had to spend meter, had to spend burst. That's a lot of moves hitting each other.
Not going to be a stock down for Luck, but Saiki was actually the first blood in this game. It's like a really early kill against Aang.
Right. Realize.
Yeah. And so hopping in here, we do have a big cluster here on the right side, but a lot of people holding their hitboxes, and a back throw from Mirrorman is going to take down mef's first stock here on the Rocco.
Ooh, Luck actually not punishing mef's charge, trying to see if they can bait Lucky into doing, or Saiki into doing something, so that they could take that stock instead. Unfortunately, Saiki didn't really do anything, and mef was able to act early enough to make sure that he covered his teammate.
We're finding ourselves here in center stage. Luck just going to go ahead and hop on the bike real quick and mix up the timing here on the left side. Saiki just doing the best job holding down this left side platform. Yep, mef going ahead and gonna start to clutter the bottom of the stage with those projectiles. And Mirrorman's gonna go ahead and patrol this side platform, and big AoE combo here for Saiki. Maybe set up for a double edge right here. Mirrorman gonna go ahead and fall. Saiki operating in the vertical space, but Luck is the airbender. He's too high up in the sky.
Ooh, getting the double combo, hitting both characters, stun canceling, bringing them back down. Mirrorman actually staying really far away, not actually being able to help with that combo. I feel like there was a bit of miscommunication there. They've definitely gotten so much off of it, but they're still in a really great spot. Definitely relatively even, obviously. mef at 152, Luck at 130. Both these characters will die to one strong hit, so it's basically how do we set up.
Saiki gets out there and makes it happen.
Yeah, now it's just about how good can mef keep this stock holding. Like, obviously, it looks like they're trying to, like, focus on mef really hard right now. Obviously, mef having an insane amount of recovery options with Rocco, it's really hard to deal with it. Monkey also being another, like, these two projectiles making it so hard to deal with Rocco. That being said, should do it, right? Fourth throw, yeah, definitely.
Mirrorman's gonna claim that stock, and 2 stocks across the board. Saiki and Mirrorman are going to be those high priority targets, and Saiki with a huge redefine to Mirrorman stock, sending him on his last stock here for game number 1.
And both characters sitting in block, trying to see who does an action first. Saiki actually was the one doing it first, and Mirrorman actually to let him kind of do it.
Alright, finding himself out of the corner, does use the meter to get out of that hit stun. Luck battling it out here with the projectiles here on the right side. Saiki not quite off the top, but Luck chases him down. One more chance to get back, does find the projectile. Fireball to get back, and does find themselves back in with a juicy combo here on the mirror. All right, 64% already stacked up here, and that's where Saiki with a post for the read, but no mef there in position to cover that instant air dodge recovery.
It's definitely a bit of an awkward spot. Saiki having to use burst. Aang only at 100 damage. Can definitely survive maybe 1 or 2 more strong hits. But Saiki dying to the up tilt is definitely a really good advantage for the team of Mirrorman. That being said, Mirrorman has been dying so early to a lot of these Saiki combos, so which means that one good Saiki combo can basically make it a 2v1 situation, which is a lot more rougher for Aang. flying off the top.
And 147 here onto Aang. It's going to be a really difficult time to hold that stock down, and the second hit of neutral air is going to give it to the side of Saiki and Mef. They're both a little bit worse where Luck on a completely fresh stock, but if they manage to get a confirming hit onto Mirror, they can start the 2v1 soon.
Yeah, this is definitely a very interesting thing. Meth has to hold this stock, otherwise his opponent in a very awkward position.
And
Mirrorman
is
dying
down
first. That being said, Lucky's only at 22. His opponents are both at relatively high percentages. Uh-oh.
Platform tech chase, can they get it done?
Bard doesn't have burst now.
Luck with only one bar left. About to claim his first bar. All right, goes into center stage. Great shot coming out from Saiki. The down tilt was massive.
Oh, the upcharge is insane.
Great coverage coming out, just perfectly spacing the down tilt for that leading hit from Mef. Yeah, that's the teamwork we're looking for. Mef not overextending, trying to jump on Luck for jumping into center stage, knowing that Saiki's there to cover that option, and is looking for the confirming hit to seal away game number 1.
It honestly still was relatively close though. Both that could have definitely swung in the other team's favor with one slight like change in this game. Definitely want to see what their plan is, how they're gonna adapt to this. I feel like obviously bigger stage definitely went into the favor of Mef and Saiki. I feel like Mef was able to control so much space, but just sending out the dog, putting out the jackhammer, definitely a very way harder position to be in. I mean, like at the same time, Luck actually kind of lived really long because of this really big stage as well. Mirrorman, though, actually seemed to get dragged off of the side very, like, I think 2 or 3 times by Saiki, which, reminder, he lost his stock really early in this first game, which meant they had to claw back from a pretty big deficit for, like, a start of a match.
And, yeah, Saiki and Mef, looked a little rocky in the beginning, but definitely are getting warmed back up for competition. Luck and Mirror just coming fresh off of their losers semifinals game. Of course, did get the DQ through losers finals if you weren't here for that update. So looking to see is, are they going to get warmed up? And as we hop into game number 2 here, are we going to see the dominance that we saw in winners finals from Saiki and Mef? Or are we going to continue to see these very, very, very competitive sets?
Going actually to an even bigger stage. That being said, lower blast zone. I don't know how I feel about this. I feel like this might be like both these characters are not killing too much from the top, so that kind of makes sense. Aang and SpongeBob have been killing more from the top. Platforms do allow you to easier like get around Rocco's options, so definitely not a bad pick by any means. I feel like it can definitely go into their favor if they play their cards right.
Alright, hopping in. We do have a high percent Saiki already, 72% already in that small team combination early in the start of this game. Mirror getting pushed into the corner, and Saiki there to hold down this access to center stage. But Luck is continuing to get juggled by Mef. Mef's doing a great job of stacking up this damage and adding a lot of chip so we can get those early kills onto Luck later into this game.
Oh, actually, Mef getting slime cancel lag from, I don't even think they got hit. That sometimes happens. Being able to, so that Luck could actually convert off of it, putting him in a pretty awkward situation. Being said, looking just at the percentages, Mirrorman's 160. If you breathe on him, he'll die. Mef barely living that aerial charge.
Alright, Luck getting set onto the top platform technique situation. Mef's there to cover it. And Saiki's there to get that first kill onto Mirror.
Oh, but Saiki not actually like dying soon after, and so does Mef. Luck still sitting at 90 damage, not super high. Obviously, Aang is still a floaty, so definitely something to watch out on. But they have this really good lead. That being said, no bar for him, which means that any good strong will kill. Mef actually spending his bar really early to not get comboed. Saiki immediately there to help him out as well, but now taking a lot of percentage anyway. Might have not been super worth it.
Mirrorman in position to put some damage onto Saiki and Mef simultaneously. Mef just spending a lot of time recovering here on this left side. Mirrorman still adding on the pressure, uses the meter, and gets that strong hit confirmed onto Mef. Mef really worse for her at 111, but Luck still holding strong on that fourth stock.
Yeah, like there's like it's insane, and Aang sitting at 177 on this stage. They're definitely just trying to play for these really nice scenarios. Mef dying though to a spongy edge guard. That's very unfortunate to see. They really have to try to get rid of this egg stock right now. There you go. And it's relatively even.
Yeah, 5 to 5.
Yeah, 5 to 5. Both having to sit at, both sitting at low percentages. Threshold. Saiki being like slightly higher, but Mef actually not interacting with that one scenario a lot. But Saiki actually coming out on top of that for somehow.
All right, Mirrorman getting caught on the side platform. Mef just having to reset here in the right side corner. Saiki doing a great job trying to wiggle out of the corner here, but Luck adding so much pressure, but goes for the cross-up. Mef and Saiki with potential to combo all here onto its little sandwich situation onto Luck, but Mirror's there to interrupt with the bubble pressure.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot of chaos going on. There's a lot of projectiles. Obviously, Saki's neutral special projectile covers so much space, like on the ground, together with all the other things that Mef is throwing out. Makes it really hard to just stay on the ground. They are forced to just go more in the air, and then when they're in the air, Saki's just there to confirm it to everything he feels like. That being said, all of these players except for Luck are such a high percentage. Again. Oh no!
Not quite. Saiki's still there. Mirror goes aggressive to try to confirm the edge guard. Mef's also still holding on that stock. Uses the meter and dies for it.
Slime cancels too early. Thought they could make it to the ledge. Barely missing. Very unfortunate to see. That being said, they're definitely not out of it. They need to get this mirrorman stock relatively early if they can. Saiki just losing their third stock. Not an insane disadvantage they have. They just need to make sure that Mirrorman doesn't get to live for too long.
Oh, Saiki just trying to make something happen here. Could get a confirm onto Luck relatively early. 3 stocks to 4, but a really high percent Mirrorman. One strong hit is going to kill this sponge.
Yeah, and Luck also sitting already at 118. Also, with almost anything from that hit will also make sure that that Aang stock ends early. That being said, Aang has been living into high percentages on this stage. Mef almost losing his last stock with Saki and Load. Mirrorman now losing his second last stock. Very good teamwork for both these players. They're basically trying to make sure that they are always there to support the other person. That being said, Saki and Mef are just at a disadvantage because Mef is at such a high percent.
Alright, finding ourselves here in center stage. Mirrorman finally on his last stock. And suddenly, the only person left with a little bit of extra credit here is Saiki. Saiki finding themselves here in the left side corner, duking it out here with Mirrorman. Winning the situation with the jab combo. But find ourselves stuck on the ledge here. Need some help and intervention here from Mef. Mef clears it and gets Luck out of the corner. Saiki finds himself back into center stage. Mirrorman with the fireball combo. Hold on, ladies and gentlemen. Mirrorman stuck at a solid 82%. Luck 69%. Great combo percentages here. And Saiki finds the read for the forward strong. Huge conversion there to send off Luck, and Mef will also fall. But the Ghostly Whale won't quite do it off the side, but a whole stock of advantage stayed here for Saiki. It's looking a little tough here for Mirrorman.
Yeah, Mirrorman definitely has to clutch up, has to try to make sure he gets his kills early. He needs to make sure that this stock ends right here, right now, in order to actually have a good shot at taking this game. All Saki needs is one good conversion. That was barely not it. SpongeBob is actually such a hard character to catch in these types of scenarios. He's just light enough to be hard to combo, but just heavy enough to live some of these hits. It's really rough.
Stuck on this right side platform. Saiki again still has a stock of extra credit. One big neutral and does use the slime cancel to cancel out that hit stun. Still gonna hold it ahead and go for 1 or 2 more neutral interactions here on the second to last stock. Saiki's not holding anything back here.
Ooh, barely dying to the charged down air. Definitely did not see that coming. I thought that move was over. The forward should be able to take it.
Throw. The empty pivot to show, hey, I'm just watching you, man. Let's see what you're gonna do. The projectile into grab, definitely a great mix-up for all you fighting game players out there. Been around since the early Street Fighter days. Throw the fireball, run up and grab them. It's always been there, and it always will be.
And Mirrorman definitely was staying in shield. They were just afraid of the follow-up that Saiki was trying to do. Saiki said, I'm not even trying to go for a follow-up. I know you're blocking, and I know you're afraid. Just grab forward throw. I know we'll take the set, or take this game. And now they're up 2-0 in winner side grand finals.
All right, One more game could crown Saiki and Mef the early doubles savants as your Slime Monthly champion.
Yeah, they've been putting in an insane amount of work, like how Kreestep said before. They in the 2v2 Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 2 server, they have been putting in so much work. They've been grinding so much. They are definitely the biggest grinders of 2v2s in this game. Definitely would like to see them to win. That being said, mirrorman and Luck are also insane players. I think they might also be teammates in multiverses, I assume, maybe, because they seem to have really good synergy together. But let's see what next stage we're gonna actually go to.
Running it back.
Miracle City. Fair enough. It was definitely not a bad game. Definitely think it's a fine stage to go back to. Definitely kind of solves a lot of the issues you have in this team competition with Rocco controlling so much space.
Yeah, Rocco just doing a great job holding down the roll spots, and I think that's such a great tool that Rocco has, as opposed to a lot of the other characters in this game, being able to put down those jackhammers and those projectiles to cover those roll spaces while Saiki is holding down corner pressure situations against another teammate.
Yeah, it's definitely something interesting to see.
Ooh. Not quite gonna do it off the side. Luck just narrowly holding on.
It is something to be said. Both Mirrorman and Luck already at like high percent. Saiki only at 32. Like they were at 18 before I started saying words. So definitely something. They're just kind of like playing it really well. They're so much in control. Mirrorman actually falling into their charge up from Meth, taking a stock first, while still losing a relatively good percent. The Becker also taking that stock back from Math, saying that it's more even than you think, but Saiki's still only sitting at 40 after all this time.
Alright, finding ourselves just a lot of cluster here in this left side, people scrapping it out. Mirrorman with the up throw combo, goes for the meteor kit, goes for the meteor foreigner, and sets up for a huge stack of damage, but Saiki is there to cover. Saiki's still operating on 4 stocks, everyone else on 3. Huge percent stacked up, but Luck still sitting on a fresh one. Should be able to get in there and mix it up, but Saiki will not be denied. Fireball off the ledge, immediately keeping up that pressure.
Yeah, man, like, it's so, both these teams are covering so well. Saiki's been such a good, like, so good at staying alive. So has Meth, actually. They're both living at a really high percentage. They're both making sure they're not getting touched too much. Both are really ready. Like, forward strong. Ooh, has to use burst to make sure they survive. Definitely good call. That would have definitely taken a out this sweet spot. That being said, they're definitely also in a really great position. Mirrorman at 120 again. So I feel like they're, well, that was weird. Definitely in a very rough spot for them. They're definitely behind.
Ooh, Mirrorman losing an early stock, and that's gonna go 2 down. All right, we have 3 across the board. Mirrorman needs to make something happen. Get a confirming hit onto Mef here to even out the stock count, but Mef just narrowly holding on there off the top. Bubble there to continue off the combo. Luck still with the start, and gonna go way off the top with that top special.
Yeah, that's actually kind of insane. Making it an even game again. That's actually such a clutch kill on Lux, and they really needed that to get back into the game. We're looking like they were kind of losing the grasp of it. But now, back even. Luck though, taking 90 damage already. Definitely in a very bad spot. Saiki giving up edge guard to make sure that Mef is okay though. Definitely really good synergy from these people.
Alright, holding it down to a piece, Mef and Mirrorman, and Saiki just looking like the stock tank right now. Just such great presence of mind, such great broad field of vision to be able to find those early kill options, but also be able to hold on to those stocks and avoid those unnecessary damage strings.
Yeah, like, it's kind of hard to say, like, they're definitely behind, but it feels so much more, it still feels so doable. Meth still sitting at high percentage range. Saiki can definitely die really early. I feel like Luck.
Yes. Great play from Saiki there. Saiki immediately going for the grab out on shielding mirror and throwing the SpongeBob blade just so he could rotate back just in case Mef had some trouble on the ledge. Mef did win that ledge neutral interaction, but still was there to cover his teammate if he needed to be.
That is actually insane play from these players. Oh, Mirrorman on their final stock, Meth also on their final stock, and Luck also on their final stock. Meanwhile, Saiki still has 3. This is actually really clutch. Like, they need to get rid of this Meth stock to force a 2v1 situation. That's definitely going to be the stock you have to take right now. and as mef and Saiki just take anyone you can and force a 2v1 situation to make sure that they can't really do much. That's there.
Definitely something to keep in mind, you know, with how short Rocco is. Saiki's short hop fireballs are actually just go straight up over the top of a walking Rocco, but will still hit the heads of SpongeBob and Aang just based off their height models alone.
Yeah, the short characters in this game are really short. Mav actually losing their stock first. This is actually kind of an interesting position. Definitely want to make sure that Mirrorman has to be the one engaging mostly with Saiki because Aang is already at 108. Mirrorman's only Sponge only at 64. Down throw doing the killing though. Ooh, but the air throw. That was actually kind of risky.
Fireballs set up for the pressure. Just continuing to layer in these projectiles, or making sure that you can't get in for free. And that's a great extension from Saiki to confirm onto Mir. Huge comeback potential here for Luck, but he has to play perfect and doesn't quite have the gas to do it with the back throw alone. But the Ghostly Whale is going to do it. Great read on that aggressive recovery, and Saiki and mef are your doubles champions. 3-0 finish here in Grand Finals.
Absolutely dominant display actually from Saiki and mef. They barely dropped games. I think they only dropped games against one other team. Double checking real quick. They dropped like, they dropped one game against Sego and Duckchai, and they dropped one game against, or two games against Fomlin and Captain Planet with Metal Arms. Definitely an insanely good doubles team right here. Rocco actually putting in so much more work than I thought I would. I gave him originally credit for. Actually, crazy character in this scenario where he can support his team so well. I also think that this is actually the first doubles tournament, which means that they are officially the first doubles winners of Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 2.
Congratulations to mef and Saiki. Definitely showing a lot of great fundamentals. You know, someone like myself, I've seen doubles in so many different fighting games and so many different platform fighters, and you know, specifically like in Melee, where it really thrives. They have some great fundamentals. They have a lot of great ideas, and I'm just so excited to see this format continue to grow and continue to develop, because I would love to see some more character diversity. I think that there's so many characters with so many unique toolkits that can really get some stuff done.